All right, good morning. Say hi, baby Rogue. Newest addition to the training team, Miss Luna. She's not feeling well for her paw, so she's been in place for a while as I've been bringing everybody out, getting everybody set up in place. We've been rotating through fun time and tether decompression, force meditation. Good morning, Miss Dakota. Rex is doing well. Miss Mavi keeps breaking place. Easy correction at 12, but very persistent to keep breaking place. Mr. Boudin has not really been whiny, but sticks like glue to the door of the house. So we've been working with him too. Neither Boudin or Mr. Riley here are accepting food, and I've been working with a high value rotisserie chicken treat, which everyone else has been taking. Mr. Wolf out of control as usual, which is probably why we get a lot of resistance from the other guys who are more timid, like Riley and Boudin. Somebody like Wolf or the big guys like Rex come in and they can feel a little insecure. So I've got these more insecure guys placed more to the back so they can get comfortable and become more secure, knowing that there's stability amongst the pack, and showing that to these guys will help build their confidence. So huge confidence boosters. But yes, thank you, bud. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna run through them individually while the other guys are doing their force meditation or stability work. We have different names for it, but passive training are the ones that are just hanging out and practicing being stable in that command. Follow through is really important. So when these guys are getting up, like Mr. Rex just did, we're putting them back down. Down. No. Place. Yes, good boy. Timing was nice on that one. I had just mentioned follow through, and then we had a perfect opportunity to set an example of what it is that we're talking about when we talk about the follow through. Like Wolf getting up all the time. Part of the criteria of place is being in down. So when we first introduce a command, it's just getting there into the box, but as we progress, the criteria increases, and down is part of that criteria. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep them all in passive training while I actively work with each one individually. The criteria is going to stay the same for the other guys. And that was at 12 on Mav. I'm going to take it down to 10, 8, and that way if she gets up again, we'll correct her again. But that high reaction, we bring the number down. That was too much. So follow through. I'm going to walk through. Now I remember. We're going to walk through each one individually and do active training with each one. Not Luna. We're going to do some scent work with her later this afternoon. She's just going to hang out in place this morning. But we'll do a separate video for her where we're introducing scent work so we can do something lighter that doesn't require a bunch of movement on her paw until we can get that more handled. But the criteria is going to stay the same for the other guys that are in passive training while I'm actively working with each one. So if somebody gets up, yell at them and tell them, hey, get back in place for me if I don't see it and you see it. Tell them. So I'm going to get that started. The ones that I'm working actively, we're going to work on heal, and we're going to go through the tunnel of terror is what it's been dubbed. That Mr. Braden made for these guys and his dad. So we're going to use that, walk them through a couple times. For the ones that have higher anxiety, they're going to want to just fly through it and get it over with real quick. we're going to slow them down a little bit and encourage them to maybe sit on the wobbly chairs and just find comfort. Being in those uncertain situations helps build confidence. So obstacle courses can really help with that. We're going to run through the obstacle course, work on heel, place, and down, and then walk through these other guys and just work on finding comfort in those high anxiety moments. So this will be a long one. If you want to fast forward to your part, that's fine. But this will be a long one that gets sent out to everybody, and then we'll do a separate one for Luna later. Okay?
Huge.
I'm set to 3. Yes. Off leash. Ah. Down. Yes. Heel. Good girl. So if heel. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. I'm going to go up to 4. Heel. I remember what I was going to say. Heel. Yes. Good girl. Oh my gosh, there I went again because I'm focusing on too many things at once, as you can see with all the stuff going on. Okay, now I remember for the second time. I'm not going to use treats. I'm going to use my physical affection if they're willing to accept it. I'm not going to waste my pets if they don't want them. So I'm using the high value treats in the beginning and at the end, but I want to work these tools out eventually. I don't want to have to walk around with a bag of chicken for the rest of our days. But they're excellent to keep the dog motivated. So I've been using it sporadically throughout this morning, just handing it out sporadically, enough to keep them interested and in the game. But I'm just going to use myself while we're actively training, and then I'll reintroduce some nice, yummy reward to everybody at the end. So beginning and end, not during. Heel. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yay, Dakota! Yeah.
Heel. Good girl. You could tell that made her feel good. Down. Yes. So when I said it, I tapped and kept tapping until she's down. I'm at 4. It was maybe like about 5 taps, and then she went to the down. She had to think about it. But there's a lot going on right now, so there's probably a lot in her mind that she's sorting through. And that's why we do these, to work through these things. Heel. Yes, good girl. Sit. Yes, good girl. Dakota, heel. Dakota, heel. Yes. That was cute. Multitasking. It is true, you can only do one thing at a time. Heel. Down. Braden serves as a nice distraction. He's like, anytime. I got you covered. Dakota,
I
come.
don't know if I was supposed to do that or not.
I'm at 8 right now, and she isn't too bothered, so I'm gonna go to 10. Yes, good girl. That was 12 even. I did it blindly, so I went up to 12.
This is the little distraction. Let's go for
Yep.
the big distraction.
Yes. And it's normal as the distractions get higher, the numbers get higher. Because the drive gets higher. Yes, good girl. Okay. Yes.
This is only medium.
Because Wolf's back here, I don't want to do that. There you go. No toys in your hand when he's around. No.
Alright, shut up. Oh, he's on the level.
I don't want to do nothing because you know how he is. So when he's back here, we need to keep a minimum for him. Because he gets out of control. Alright.
Maybe we can use the stick as a reward.
After, yeah, but not during. Dakota, come. Place.
Now it's
Yes.
throw it. Then the wolf will
Definitely.
jump out.
Well, yeah, you know he can't control himself, so we're gonna hold off when he's around.
We need to get him a titanium thing.
Yeah, or he needs to get put up if we're gonna do that with the other one.
Like, bro, he will kill somebody, break through metal, and do the most the hardest obstacle course. That's the best. This dude is crazy.
All right. So Mr. Rex has been a little growly. I used the chicken this morning. He was fine. He came off the bus fine, no problem. I just turned his transmitter on, so I assume I'm gonna need to turn the. Yep. All right. So we're on. I'm set to 7. You dig a bowl. And we're gonna go off the prong and the e-collar, but primarily the prong. Keep the e-collar stem low and light as we're still introducing these new commands. We're working on down, place, and heel. So those are the ones, and then we'll run through the tunnel of terror. Heel. Yes. Yes. Heel. Yes. Heel.
Yay!
So when we're walking in heel, the nose isn't on the ground. They're not sniffing. Yes. So when that head goes down, pick them back up. Encourage them to be up here with you. Heel. Yes. A walk is structured. Heel. Yes. Oh, boy. Yes. You control the speed. You control the direction. You got your boxes and your lines. This is an inside box. You're turning and the dog's inside of the box. This encourages them to stay a little back behind you. Yes. Inside the box. Yes. Good. side box. Yes. Line. Turn and just go in the other direction. Heel. Yes. Good boy. Part of that heel is them being in sit when you come to a stop. So when you come to a stop, they need to be in that imaginary box at your heel and sit with you. Down. Yes, good boy. Maddie, down. Yes. Rex, sit. Yes, sit. Yes, good boy. Heel. Yes. Tunnel. Yes. Yes, good boy. Woo-hoo. Good boy. Good boy. Rex. Double dog. Down. Yes. Rex. No. Heel. I'm still at 7. Heel. I stepped on the tail. Tunnel. Yes. Good boy. Yay. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Let's go. Good boy. Down. Scratch the butt, scratch the butt, scratch the butt. Scratch the butt, scratch the butt. Pick up a boy. Sit. Yes, a boy. Heel. Yes, good man. Heel. boy. No. Good boy. All right, so if you notice in that place that we just did, I gave the command, and then as soon as he started to go, I stopped where I was. That's how we build in the distance portion. You stop where you are and let them finish it out. So that way one day you can tell them place from the bedroom and the place cot's in the living room, and they go all the way and go the distance and go place themselves. You don't have to walk them to it every single time. So just to explain that there at the end of place. And I'm gonna pause this for a second so I can pick up that little poop right there, because if I step in it, I'm gonna be sour. Alright, so I went ahead and grabbed a leash because I'm gonna work with Mavi next, and she's already been super stubborn today. And leashes and leash pressure are a way to keep the e-collar pressure lower because you have more control. There's more direct communication through the prong. Particularly, you're going to have more control than a flat collar. I was going in for a physical correction at that point, get him in the ribs, some kind of touch to let him know I mean it. So just to explain it, grabbed a leash. We're getting ready to leash up Mavi and run through all the same stuff. Here we go.
It's almost done.
Oh yeah. I heard she's best at it. Alright, so we're going to start at 5 with Miss Mav and see where the numbers take us. Mav, heel. Yes. Heel. Heel. Yes. Down. Yes. Good girl. Heel. Yes. Good girl. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Down. Yes. Don't trick me now. Good girl. So this is called the Sphinx when they're still in the ready. That's a lay down. That's typically what we're looking for, is a more relaxed posture where the hips are at the tilt. Oh, there she goes. She's now more at the tilt. That's more of a relaxed posture. I'm more convinced that she's gonna complete the stay portion in that more relaxed posture than in the Sphinx or in the ready. Heel. Yes. So I'm moving real slow because her brain's moving real fast. So I want to slow things down and de-escalate instead of things speeding up, because when things start escalating, all of a sudden we're in high numbers and things are getting out of hand. You're getting frustrated, the dog's getting insecure. So we keep things slow so we can keep them in control. Down. Yes. Good girl. Slow and easy with a bunch of repetitions. Heel. Yes, good girl. Encourage that placement to be on point. The heel, there's an imaginary place cot at your foot, right here in this box. Shoulder to shin, head to heel. Those are the criteria that we're looking for. Not ahead of us or behind us or too far off to the side of us. I'm getting attacked by this little sweat bee. He just took a bite out of me. Heel. Yes, good girl. Down. Yes, good girl. Brady, go inside. That's the follow through part. That's what's going to get you your stay long term. But if they break command and you let it happen, then it's going to encourage it to happen more often. So the follow through part is the most important. Down. Yes, good girl. Maddie, heel. Yes, heel. Good girl. No. Got it. So your inside boxes encourages them to stay a little bit farther back if they like to lead the walk. Yes, good, Nabby. Heel. I'm going to go up a little bit to 8. Heel. Yes, good girl. Yes, good girl. Encourage that head to stay up. Once the nose goes, so does the brain. You'll lose them once that nose hits the ground. Heel. Yes, good girl. Heel. I'm at 8. Yes, good. Heel. 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 Yes. So I was holding down the button until she made the decision. Eventually, I've got to get off the prong and move over to the e-collar. So I waited her out. I'm at 8. Heel. Yes, good girl. Tell that stuff. Finish. Finish. Got it, big girl. Yes. Yes. Tunnel. Good girl. Good girl. All right. Place. Yes, good girl. So she went to place, but she didn't go to the down because she got stuck in self-reward because there's still some leftover treat crumbs. So that's when we went to applying pressure for her to complete the down. I did not say down because she knows, because she went to down. So she already knew. but we encourage the completion of the command, which we built in the down to place, and she completed it nicely. So encourage that follow through. Yes, good boy. Heel. Yes. So you don't have to verbally heel. You don't have to verbally heel. I'm at 5 right now. I'm going to go up to 8. Heel. I'm holding the button down until placement. Heel. No. No. Heel. Yes. Good boys. So you don't have to verbally say the command every single time. You can give a blind tap, meaning tap it without saying it. They still know. It's called a blind command. So whenever I said heel and he didn't, he was like looking off that way, and then I tapped it and then he came in. But I didn't say it, so it's called a blind command. Heel. Yeah. I went to 10 to get his attention. Heel. Yes. He knows this stuff. He's just being difficult. We'll go to the leash if we have to, but he's been here long enough. He knows this stuff. Heel. Yes. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Good heel. Yes. Good heel. Yes. Maddie, down. Heel. Boy. Give them the lovin's too. Let them know they're doing good. Heel. Good boy. Sit. Again, heel. Dogs like to celebrate too, obviously. They love play, they love celebration. Use that as a tool. All these are tools in your toolbox. We give you all the tools. You got the prongs, the e-collars, yourself, your praise. Make it a party. Use your treats. All these things are communication strategy for you and your dog. So I'm going to bring it down to like 7. Boudin heel. Yes. Yes. Heel. Yes. Good man. job, buddy. Yo. Yes. Good job, bud. Good job, boy. Good. Good job, bud. Good job, bud. Yes, good job, buddies. That's awesome. Alright, my little one's in the hospital with a fever, and her dad just said to call when I can. So I'm going to give him a call real quick, and then we'll get this started again. Alright, and we're back. So we're getting ready to work with Riley. I've got a leash. I haven't seen Riley in a while. We haven't worked together in a while, so I want to keep the pressures light. I did go around whenever I took that call and handed out a little bit of chicken, and Riley took some. Yay! So maybe it pleased him to see all the other dogs getting worked and made him feel more comfortable. I'm not sure where the shift happened, but he did take food, and that's always nice to see because it means they feel more comfortable. So I'm gonna leash him up, we're gonna run through, and then I'm gonna give these guys a break before lunchtime. We'll reconvene this afternoon. Alright, so we're gonna start low at 5. I see the e-collar's on, thank you for that. We're working off the prong collar, and so we have more control. The flat collar is going to be more resistance. We're going to run through our heel, our obstacle course, place down, see how we do. I'm set at 5. Yes. Yes. Yep. Good boy. Good boy. Yes, good boy. He's not too receiving of the pets. Maybe a little bit, not much. I think Wolf really freaks him out. Ah! Down. He's the shittiest energy here, so we're working on it though. We're working on it. He's a much different dog than he was before, so he's got the improvements, and that's all we're looking for. Progress is perfection. That's what I say. Yes. We're gonna go up to 7. Yes. Good boy. Yep.
Yay, Riley. Good boy.
Down. Yes. Good boy. Heel. Yes. Heel. Good boy. That inside box is easy because he's already set back a little bit. So when I make that turn, he's not under my feet. That's nice. So that inside box looks good. Heel. The outside box a little loose, but he's there. Yes. He's giving space because Wolf makes him nervous. I'm okay with that. Heel. Yes, go forward. That was 8 on Mavi. I tapped, she kind of looked around. I tapped, she went back to the down because she knows what I want. I didn't have to tell her down, she knew. 11 for Mavi. You. Yeah. Yes. Yes. So the reason why this is hard for him is because down is hard already. But not only that, but he's in between me and this guy. It'd be different probably if I was on the other side of him and blocking these two, but I'm not. So he's in the middle, and that makes him feel uncomfortable. But it's okay to practice these things so we can build comfort. If we avoid stuff like this, it's going to get worse. Anytime you avoid something, it gets worse. So don't avoid. Use these as opportunities to exercise. Again, if you notice, we're in the Sphinx. We're in the ready. He's not relaxed. That's more of a relaxed down. This is what we're looking for, that posture there. This is not very comfortable, but it's there. So we'll give it to him. Heel. Yes. Down. Yes. Good man. Here. Yes. Good man. You. I'm at 10. Yes, he's a good boy. Yes. Yes, buddy. Down. Yes, good boy. Heel. Yes. Sit. Good boy. Heel. Tunnel. Yes. Good. Boy. Yes. So good. Place. Yes, he's a good boy. All right, that was awesome. 5 minutes, 3 times a day. That's all we ask. It helps solidify all of this information. It lets them know that this is a universal language that's used anywhere and everywhere, on your plane, on this plane, and out in public, anywhere that we go, we use this language to communicate the rules and boundaries and expectations. So use these tools for your advantage, and for their peace of mind. So excellent, excellent work. 5 minutes, 3 times a day. Reach out with feedback or questions so we can all stay together. Have a good day.